What it do, YouTube? Today I'm bringing y'all, can Fernando Mendoza counteract the attack on Pearl Harbor? I've been getting a lot of requests, highly anticipated scenario, highly anticipated battle. First of all, I want to say RIP to all the people who died in Pearl Harbor, RIP. This is just a fantasy of what if scenario type of thing. What if, and I do it for the love of the game. So let's get into it. So first, we need to figure out, how did the Japanese end up attacking the US? Okay, let's see. So first, they caught you with your pants down. Okay, they would sneak. They snuck their way across the seas. They were sneaking, slithering, just like the same way that the defense sometimes sneaks. Okay, then now I'm gonna blitz you. Now I'm gonna come from the weak side, from your right side. I'm gonna blitz Fernando Mendoza. Okay, but that's just how they do. That's how they succeeded. They have elite personnel. They have highly trained officials, like everything. They have everything. They have highly trained officials, like I said, highly trained leaders, high-level coaching. The coaches tell the players, hey, we got to do this. We got to do that. Hey, when they do that, we got to do this. When G6, we got to run the plays. We got to run the plays, okay? They have practice, which is real rough, okay? Me saying all this, they decided to execute their plan by, like I said, sneaking into the defense, into the weak side of the coverage, right? They would sneak their way through. Okay, boom, we're going to start attacking. I'm going to start throwing these bomber planes, these striker planes, these torpedo planes. Like, they have everything, bro. They had everything, and they were so close. They were so close to Pearl Harbor that they could just boom, like surround them like we just saw in the Super Bowl. They were surrounding them. They were swarming them. They were always coming in. And the Patriots were they were getting sacked. Like Drake May was getting sacked. His linemen were getting destroyed. And Fernando Mendoza and company are going to have to do something. But what can they do? Okay, well, the strategy for Fernando Mendoza and company. Fernando has a strong arm. We've seen it. He could throw some long passes, right? He'd be with the back shoulder fades. He'd be like, he'd be going back, okay? Their own line has to know to limit the blitz from the strike plans, like the planes and like whatever coverages that they want to run. Okay, sometimes they run zone. Sometimes they run a lot of blitz, but it's going to be blitz heavy. They wanted to do it fast, and they wanted to do it like easy, fast and easy. That's the way they saw it. Okay. Fernando and Mendoza, they're going to have to run routes to confuse the bombers. The bombers, okay, we're going to start going here. We're going to bomb. Okay. We're going to start bombing. No, actually, we're going to cut back into the middle and then run out like a little Z. We're going to do a little Z form, play. Like you gotta run things to confuse the bombers. We need to keep switching it up, or else unfortunately the receivers are gonna get destroyed. They're gonna get clamped. Fernando Mendoza in high pressure moments is actually pretty good. Even if he does take a lot of sacks, he's pretty good. Like he has a lot of RPO plays, like where he decides, you know what RPO is. He has elite timing. He knows when he has to throw the ball, and he could use his legs. Sometimes I've seen him use his legs. He knows the routes. He knows his personnel. He knows his men. Okay? He knows his men. Like he's the perfect person to stop the blitz heavy strategy that Japan is going with to ultimately attack US and Fernando Mendoza. He is one of the most pressured QBs because, his linemen sometimes be giving it up. They be running the blitz, but he is a high performer. According to let's see. Mendoza was a highly effective, under pressure. His completion percentage was 50 to 52% under pressure. It's pretty good. You find a lot of people like Drake May, CJ Stroud. Man, it's terrible. Okay? Let's see. Ultimately, Mendoza and company need to execute their game plans, and I believe it will be a low diff. I think Mendoza's game plan strategy of throwing these bombs, absolute bombs towards them, these little quick short passes if he gets heavily blitzed like we know they are, is gonna stop them. Like it's just what you need, and you need a lot of trust. You need a lot of trust from your QB to throw the ball, your linemen to hold them at least for a little bit, just to give that little crevice of time, just to sneak it in right in there. Sneak it in right in there, okay? And yeah, that's the video.